Hi, I'm Kat, and today I'm showing you how to make this cute little set of patio furniture made out of wire, wood, and a little bit of woven ribbon. This project is simple, easy, and quick to make, so I hope you enjoy. I'm going to start with some coffee stir sticks, and I'm going to soak these in some water for at least overnight, but I prefer 24 hours. And once they've been soaking long enough, you can bend them very easily. So I'm going to bend 4 of them in place and hold them together with binder clips. I also made a small loop that would be about the size to fit over my pinky or my ring finger, and then a loop that was also about twice that size. Then I loosened up the curves that I made earlier and threaded them between the smallest loop. Glue them in place so that they're equally spaced apart. Once the glue is dried, you can go on ahead and straighten those out to the shape that you'd like them. Then I'm using this larger loop that I basically clipped in place, but I haven't glued together yet. And I'm going to pre-paint this because this is going to go directly underneath some glass, and I don't want to get the glass stained at all. Then I cut the bottom so that they were about 3/4 of an inch from the ground, and then I cut off the rest of it so that the table stood only about 1.5 inches tall. Then I put the larger loop on top and glued it in place. I decided to paint my table gray, but you can go with whatever color you prefer. Then I used a small glass topper that I bought at Michael's as a piece of jewelry and glued it on top of my table. Simple. For the chairs, I'm using a heavy gauge wire. This is copper, but it really doesn't make a difference which type of wire you'd like to use. I'm not going to be soldering this today. I will be using super glue. And I started by bending a right angle to form the front legs. Then I curved the wire around so it's about 2 inches from one side to the next, and bent a second right angle for the other front leg. For the back legs, I'm using a series of right angles. I bent one that slanted just a little bit outward, and these are almost the same length as the legs up front. And then I curved it around the front of the seat, and then back, and then down. Once I tested it out to make sure it looked like it would fit, I glued the back piece to the front piece. I made 2 of these and made sure that they were about the same size. Check from all angles and make adjustments as necessary. Then cut a small piece of wire about 2 inches long and place that between the 2 legs. Once the glue is dried on these, you can go on ahead and paint these to match your table. Then I'm using a small spool of ribbon that I purchased in a Walmart. It's woven ribbon, and if you saw my tutorial with the baby changing table, I used the same fabric for the baskets except in a brown color. and I cut off a 4-inch piece and cut slits in it to fit either side of the arms. I also glued the top and the bottom of that ribbon to keep it from unraveling. Then I folded the ribbon under on either side and glued in place. And then I glued it under the front part of the seat as well. Then I took a 3-inch piece of ribbon and I put a little glue on either end to keep it from unraveling again. And then I threaded it so that it fit over the front loop and behind the seat. Then I traced a curve and cut little slits. Then, one by one, I glued each of the tabs downward and joined them in the middle. And then I glued the bottom half so that it folded upward. Now you won't see the bottom of this, but the back looks sloppy. So just to cover that up a little bit, I took another piece of ribbon and I traced the curve and then traced the bottom and cut that out and used a little glue to enforce on both sides to keep it from unraveling again. Glue it in place, and that's it. You're done. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.